Hi guys, Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger.
Buddy boo, it's been a week.
Yeah, it's
well 2 weeks
because we took a week off.
Because Kyuranger took a week off.
Ryusoulger took a week off. Kyuranger's taken about 2 years off.
Kishiryu
Sentai Ryusoulger
got strengthened to Kyuranger.
Sure.
That's how that happened. Anyways.
But yes, they took a break for New Year's, and now we're back.
So did we.
In this shining new decade of... the world's on fire. Anyway.
Australia is literally on fire.
Our condolences to Australia and everyone impacted by the things going on in the world right now.
If you haven't already, because I'm sure like a zillion other influencers that you watch have probably already told you this.
Yeah.
Please, if you're able, donate to some of the various charities that are working really hard to stop Australia from being on fire.
Yeah.
And to help people who've been displaced by the fires and wildlife that are being killed by the fires. And
it's bad down there.
If you've got spare change, send some money to Australia.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. They need all the resources they can get right now.
Like literally the whole continent's on fire.
It's bad. And it's not hyperbole. It's 11...
No, I've seen a map.
Yeah, 11 million about 11.5 million
and what's interesting is that it actually
currently
does
on fire,
seem to,
last I checked.
I mean, it's not the whole continent.
Going around the...
But the wildfires make almost a complete ring around the continent.
Yeah. It's
not
very,
like it's
very
just
bad.
on one side or something.
To the extent where they can
out.
see the smoke in New Zealand. So, yeah, I know, a bit of a downer to start the year on, along with the various current geopolitical conflicts happening that we won't get into because that's not what this channel is about.
We can't ask you to send money to fix that one.
If you have the ability to call your, local representatives in whichever way you can to voice your opinions,
if you do have any influence over that, by all means, please use it to stop this because we don't want to have a great big war either.
Yeah, it's a rough start to the decade.
But most of you probably don't have that kind of power, so send a few dollars to Australia.
Yes.
Because they're on fire.
Or do both. Do whatever you can in your own personal sphere of influence.
Save the world!
But...
In the meantime,
let's
watch some other people try and save the world.
Actually, before we do that, though, we do want to talk about a few quick things that are not regarding the state of the world, but regarding the state of...
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers and this channel. First up, we've been continuing filming.
Yes.
We've been continuing editing. A few things weren't able to come together this past week. Due to various scheduling conflicts for others, and to put it frankly but vaguely, rough week last week. We were not in a good state to be getting things done. But I'm gonna keep working at it. It's looking promising that I'll be able to get those last few shots I need.
It was not a Happy New Year.
Yeah, unfortunately it was not a very happy New Year. Everything's okay now.
Yeah.
But,
we had stuff to take care of, we took care of it.
Yes. But it did mean that, there was less focus to be had on producing power reviews. That being said, only a few things left to shoot, and,
this week, this current week, I feel like we've really kicked it back into gear.
And I'm referring to both 89 and 90.
Yep.
Those are well on track.
I'm almost a wrap.
To be getting actually wrapped up. And I am going to have some good time a little later in the month. So I'm hoping to see what I can get done a little later in the month to maybe finally get this next episode out.
Yes.
And hopefully 90 not long after that.
The Trinity Lightning figure's out.
That is cool stuff, too. And I will also address now the thing that is probably most relevant to this particular video that you have not heard yet.
Do we know what Sentai's getting adapted next?
We have unconfirmed
reports
of the next season of the next Sentai series to be adapted into a season of Power Rangers. And you want to know what it is?
Is it Ryusoulger?
Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger! We're going back to dinosaurs. We are checking out the next Sentai to be adapted according to these reports that have been released thus far.
Fair enough.
I repeat that these have yet to be confirmed by Hasbro. They have not been.
You're reminding me I didn't have my lyrics up.
But from what I gather, the source seems credible. So it looks like there's a pretty good chance that that's what it's going to be.
All right.
After all this, they're skipping over to dinosaurs again.
Good old dinosaurs.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with dinosaurs. You really can't.
As much as
have we had a bad dinosaur-related Power Rangers? I don't think we have.
I mean, people were very displeased with how Dino Supercharge ended.
Dino Supercharge is not great, but Dino Charge was great.
Yeah.
We've not
and it was primarily, I think, the ending of Dino Supercharge that was really rough.
Yeah, it's because they used a black hole in it.
Yeah, it got really weird.
It got really weird.
But as much as we have had our heavy critiques of Ryusoulger this past year,
I think it'll actually make a pretty good Power Rangers.
Yeah, nothing that we have critiqued has anything really to do with the footage that would be utilized in the show.
We got good fights, and we got good sword battles, and that's the only part that we really take.
And I am personally...
and the costumes are nice, too.
Going on record to say that I think that we should call the next season Power Rangers Xandar Thunder. We should have them be the Knights of Xandar in the new timeline, serving Prince Philip, and I think that would be amazing. That is my pitch. There is my mini pitch for Power Rangers Xandar Thunder.
Xandar.
That way, and you know what? It's a callback to Dino Thunder in that way too. So that is our news of around the world, our little corner of it, and Power Rangers in particular. We don't have a date yet for when Beast Morphers will be returning. We're looking forward to it. And
but on the plus side, that does leave Saturdays free for me to do more filming for DRPR.
Yes, which we had not been able to do for a while. So that has been very nice. We've been knocking out stuff for 89, 90, we
even knocked out a little bit right before this.
Yep, getting into 91 through 95. Things have been taking a while, but part of that is because we are filming from episodes really all across the next 10.
When this is all over,
yeah,
and I can paint my nails whatever color I want, whenever color I want,
yes,
without worrying about who I have to be on what day.
Yes.
I could even get my jamberry wraps back out.
Yes, you
funky
can.
Patterns.
Yes, you can. All right, so with that, we are all caught up, and it's time to check out episode 40 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, Nightmare in the Fog.
Well, oh look, it's fog. It sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, it's a little Melto. It's a little Melto up to.
Tripping.
You be tripping. Why you be tripping?
He be scared of a dinosaur.
That's probably some sort of dinosaur. Oh! He had a bad dream. Go easy on him.
Does he have pointy elf ears?
Who, Melto, or?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Cable! Girato hitaru sodo, chigate bateru rodo. Bow, 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 bow now. Mo, itai, kono, sekai, negate sa naito. Kimi ta nara sono ichi o yuge yo. Tadashi enbu meru. 勇者の証さあソウルを一つにどんな時でも逃げないダイナミック大地を鳴らせ鋼の力キラと光るソド地下でバトルロード夢は一人で見るよりみんなで見るほど強くなる果敢で限界などどかで越えてご敵につけ網を立てKishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger.
I've been watching this other YouTube channel, Dogen, lately.
Oh, yeah.
And he does, like, Japanese lessons, and I'm now realizing that we probably sound even worse than I thought we did.
Oh, I'm sure we sound awful.
In Japanese, because there's also, apparently, it has tonal qualities.
Yep.
You know, pitchy kind of things.
Yep.
And English is not pitch sensitive, so we don't think
he's
about
concerned
things.
about the true trials that are apparently coming, according to movie exclusive character.
Might be connected to what?
He has ominous feelings that are ominous.
What about Waizul?
Well, he's looking to be Precious's second in command, is the idea.
And wait, if he's Precious's second in command, and that makes him the highest ranking Druidon, then does that mean Precious is not a Druidon?
No, Precious is definitely Druidon.
I don't know how he's planning to outrank Precious.
I think he means highest ranking while serving Precious. Although now that makes me wonder almost if Precious is supposed to be the top ranking Druidon? Oh, someone's going to awaken because of the Ryusoul caliber? What?
I don't know, maybe Precious is supposed to be...
Master Aris is going to awaken. Yeah, who is that? That's a good question. Thank you, Kieran. What the... Okay. It's
Checkered
some...
eyeball?
heart thing? It's more of a spherical heart. Kieran's feeling very full of himself right now. Okay, so they found what? The mirror that shows you a vision of your own death? What? What? This is just a thing that's in storage? Okay. Okay, so this mirror, which apparently shows you a vision of your own death, except maybe not really, I don't know.
Apparently not if you're Tyrion, because Tyrion doesn't appear to be seeing anything.
I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know if that was just him messing with them or what that was.
Ooh, it's a recurring dream from his childhood.
Mr. Tetsui, what is your deal? I feel like Mr. Tetsui has just supplanted Ui completely at this point as far as the supporting characters go.
Yeah.
Like, they're Ui's friends. And we barely see Ui anymore. We just keep hanging with Mr. Tetsui.
No, she won't.
Alright, so we got this mysterious fog near Minosaur. So I guess that's the nightmare fog. Nice. Good little trip there. You hurt his ankle?
Everybody's saying that.
Oh. Fuck time.
Great. Now I'm thinking about...
Oh, Tyrion. Was his ankle still bothering him, or what just happened? Whoa. Or did they disappear and then come back?
I think they disappeared and came back.
Oh, his leg won't move now. So I guess his fear is manifesting during this battle? Is that what's happening?
That would seem to be the case, yes. You ever had that nightmare?
Where you can't seem to run?
For me, I'm always in a car, and I can't seem to move my feet to the brake pedal, even though I want to stop the car. So it's the opposite of being unable to run.
Oh, she's gaining weight. He's losing his data. So their nightmares are coming to life.
He's slow.
Yep. It's a nightmare dinosaur.
Ooh, a mirror-covered arch.
That's nice.
Well, unless you've got
Oh,
a
we get to
problem
see
with
what it looks
yours.
like now? Oh, it's facing Kanala. Piggyback? Oh, okay. You stay there. Except that his leg isn't actually damaged.
His brother may have just been telling him that to piss him off enough to walk over there and fight.
Maybe. So it seems to keep manifesting as fog.
But it's
So
fog, and I
they
can't
might not be able to destroy its physical form because its physical form is gaseous.
They may actually have to find the mirror and break it.
Oh. Hello? No. It hasn't taken its form. That's the form that Melto's afraid of.
Melto's dream. Yeah. You're right. That would definitely cast exactly that shadow too.
I wonder if this is Master Aris. Whoever.
You mean the form is Master Aris?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I don't know why Melto would have encountered him as a child.
Mileage out of the suit then in that case, because even if they defeat the mirror monster, actual Aris will show up later.
Right.
Slice, that didn't work.
Nope.
Water conducts electricity, shackles, but okay, yeah, we get the
You
whole
probably could have tried that against the fog.
What's that?
It grounded itself. That's clever.
Max K-bombing while wearing? Oh, okay. It comes off. I was going to say, he's already
it just
wearing
swapped
another
out.
armor. Yeah.
Oof. That's an oof.
Big oof.
Interesting.
For the same reason you got chubby.
Our fears are becoming reality. Yep.
Oh, Melto thinks he's the only one who can defeat it.
Yeah. That's fair. Shining time.
Okay, so we are now establishing that this can be used by people who were not on that mission.
Yep, apparently. Whee! He's got to overcome his fear in order to destroy his mind.
Just as you feared it would.
Oof.
Doesn't really annoy me.
That's not good. Why are you bringing that into the battlefield? He's holding the mirror. Why is he holding the mirror? That actually gives them an opportunity to fight. He was afraid of it. He was afraid he wouldn't be strong enough. It's compound fear. What popped into your head, Ray? They didn't have enough faith in Melto. That's why Melto wasn't able to defeat it. You should have
They
had
were
more
afraid
faith.
Melto would get hurt.
You should have had more faith
Oh,
in
and
your friend.
he says this is when relationships are nothing but trouble. He's crying.
Now we're all friends. More specifically, Nakama.
Which isn't actually...
Yeah, it's next level.
It isn't actually.
No?
No. I told you, he was getting him angry enough to walk here anyway.
Yeah. They're all friends. They realize that the fog is what's been causing it.
You could dry the fog off of Toa's legs and...
That's fair.
Can you dry the weight off of Asuna?
I suppose so. They don't seem to have focused too much on that.
I don't know, I'm just thinking she probably doesn't fight as well.
True.
Chunk feeling. Because the thing
They really haven't
gain real weight.
Yeah, they haven't put any
fast.
real emphasis on it outside of just joking around about it. There we go. Okay, friendship time.
Waiting for the Bamba.
There we go.
Get in here. Ooh!
Ooh. Why do you have the mirror with you, Tyrion?
Because he's a dum-dum face. He does this every time. And he said it loud enough.
Yep.
have to defeat the Myosaur. We're just gonna break the mirror.
Yep.
Hey! We haven't seen you guys in a while.
You see it again.
Yeah, I know, but it's been a little while.
It's been a little while since we've watched the show.
That too, but also the last couple of morphs have been the really cool geometric instamorphs.
Quick roll call. Nice. There we go.
Tyrion rising through the ranks is an interesting thing because it appears that he is actually the only one of them capable of creating dinosaurs.
Well, yes.
Which means that him being at the bottom of the totem pole to start with was kind of a disservice to him to start with.
Well, yeah. He was just always, I assume,
Being used
and lacked the strength to be able to overpower any of the higher rankers. He's not one for direct conflict.
No, he's not.
Yeah, they keep fighting this thing, but this thing is not the Minosaur. Or at least I'm pretty sure it's not.
The show's been consistent enough that I wouldn't be overly surprised if it is the Minosaur. I'd be disappointed, but not overly surprised.
Yeah. Solid soul to defend. Nice. Keep your focus. Oh, he needs to insult the mirror to make... Okay, so are they treating this thing as being its actual physical form? Is
Apparently so.
Okay, interesting.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like that's doing it a bit of a disservice.
I can't believe y'all are not going after the mirror. Tyrion has it. He's not exactly the strongest,
It's the easiest thing to destroy.
He's not exactly the strongest,
Of the Druidons.
Yeah. Thanks!
Oh, they got the shield, apparently. So it's good enough, I guess. Wait, are they actually getting everybody in on this, or is this just the triple thing? Okay, it's a triple thing, but they still have all six of them in there.
In the cockpit.
Yeah.
Do you suppose we're going to use the cockpit footage?
I have no idea.
Because we've been using a lot of our own cockpit footage lately.
Yeah.
But this is stand-up cockpit, which is what they seem to favor lately.
Well, I mean, Beast Morphers uses the Sentai cockpit, and they actually reproduced it, so...
Fair enough.
Hard to say. What? What even the what? What? Okay. Okay. Sure. everybody's smiling in the mirror. Okay, sure. That's silly and cute. So so Bomba's thinking about things with his master, I think. He's been very focused on the loss of Master Black. Whatever happened to him. I get the impression Master Black must have abandoned him or something.
In this world, too. He was wearing blue jeans. Bomba was wearing blue jeans.
Thrilling up the thriller. Oh, sorry. My bad. Thrilling up the thriller. Flailing arms are flailing in pose.
I'm sorry. My alarm clock threw you off.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, Noodle Dude's back. And they get sunglasses for some reason. So apparently Udon is returning, and it has something to do with the Ryusoulger.
Galaxy Defenders.
Interesting. So this episode was
cute.
Fine. Yeah.
The only even slightly galling thing about it was that, yeah, that's the real Minosaur's body.
Yeah, that was okay. I felt like that was going to lead somewhere more. I'll be curious to see if it does choose to lead somewhere more in the future, but maybe that was just the mirror Minosaur, and that was just what it looks like. It's weird that they made such a deal of, like,
it
the
looking
look.
like Melto's dream.
Yeah. But maybe Melto's dream, maybe it's foreshadowing something to come, maybe it's not. I mean, it does have the spiky looks similar to Dai Satan, who they fought in the Super Sentai Strongest Battle.
Oh.
It's got similar spikiness. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
The low car spikiness. And I was actually just checking to see what this Minosaur was referred to, and it was referred to as the Satan Minosaur. So it does seem like it may be related to Dai Satan in some way.
Could it be Satan?
But we have no way of knowing for certain if it's just that he's afraid of the Satan Minosaur, or if this is actually something that's impactful for the rest of the series moving forward. It could honestly go either way.
It really could.
They're pretty random in terms of what they choose to assign importance to. I don't know why Kieran left the mirror behind laughing at the end. I don't know what the deal was with that. I don't know what he was so happy about. It was a little weird. And I'm curious what Ryusoulger has to do with the awakening of Master Aris.
Or the return of Udon Noodles.
Like, if it ends up being revealed that, like, drawing that sword reawakened, like, the ancient Minosaur, or the ancient Druidon leader, then I'm gonna be like, why did no one warn them of this? Like, I feel like that would have been relevant information if it's actually tied into that in that way. Because it's not like they didn't have Max Red, which is...
Yeah, but that's such a... I don't know. I play enough Zelda games that nice job breaking it, hero, is like the first half of every story.
Well, yeah, but we're not in the... We're at like the 80% mark now. So I'm interested to see what their end game is going to be with this series, because we are
getting the major power artifact always does seem to awaken some major evil. Either that or you get the power artifact just in time to have it stolen by the big bad.
Right. But yeah, we're into the... I don't know exactly how many episodes are left, but it does seem that now that we're just hit 40, we're getting probably into the final 10. And we'll get to see where this is all leading to, if it's leading anywhere. Which is hard to say with Ryusoulger. I mean, they're bringing back Udin next week. For all we know, he's going to be a major recurring villain again, just like Achilles disappeared and then came back.
At least Kishiryu wasn't dead.
Maybe Udin isn't either. I don't know. Apparently you can just jump away from an explosion in the corner of the screen and it's okay.
He did an awful lot of...
Like, Achilles was only around for like
Udin is back. I'm going to be angry
episodes.
about Nada all over again.
That's very fair. But I mean, like, with Gachilius, like, he was around for, like, 3 or 4 episodes the first time round. Then they destroyed him. And then he came back again and was around for, like, another 8 episodes.
And then he took another tactical retreat.
And considering that, it would be equally funny if someone who was destroyed in 1 episode then ends up returning for, like, 5. I don't know what to expect with this show, because
it's very unpredictable.
Yeah. But this was a fine episode. The whole thing about their fears impacting the battle is a nice creative direction to go with it. Even if Asuna's fear was kind of silly with the whole gaining weight thing.
I mean, I think that's... Okay, first of all, there are a lot of people who have that fear.
I know.
Second of all, I think it may actually be more of a thing in Asian countries, because there is a lot more pressure to maintain a certain, like...
I mostly am referring to...
If I went to Japan right now,
yeah.
all the people over there would look at me and they would... Wow. Wow. You are unbelievably fat. Now, in America, I'm just slightly chunky, and that's kind of normal. But in Japan, I'm pretty sure I would be considered to be wholly fat. So, I can see why Asuna has this fear, because there's just a bit more of an open criticism.
I get that, but I still say that they were playing it for laughs.
They were.
And that's what I mean by being silly with it. Was they were playing it for laughs, and also, like, it also just stood out in contrast to the other fears, which were all based around them fighting the Minosaurs. Whereas hers was...
Snacks. Well,
yeah.
She's had that snack running gag this whole series.
And it is a running gag with her.
She is, what TV tropes would call the big eater.
Yes.
But the thing of it is that under normal circumstances, the big eater doesn't actually get any bigger, because it's usually a side effect of their power set.
Also, the other fears...
In her case, she does. Her extra strength seems to require a little extra food, and she had 2 Christmas cakes.
But beyond that, the other fears physically manifested, and hers, they just kept talking about it, but it didn't, like, physically manifest in any way.
Well, no, she said that her clothes were too tight, So
well,
that
she
means
said
it
they
was
felt
physical.
tighter.
That means it
But
was
there was nothing about the way they were
physically manifesting. It's just that the thing of it is that, again, the amount that they consider to be gaining weight is such that you wouldn't even notice.
But again, but her clothes weren't like hanging any tighter in any way. They were.
She undid her corset.
Did she? I didn't notice her undoing her corset.
She didn't undo it on screen, but by the time they got to the fight, she had it.
Unlaced?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I mean, not all the way unlaced, but it was like, you know.
Okay, I thought it was still the same as it usually was.
It seemed to me like she'd loosened her corset considerably. Like it was.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
It was the space between the sides was larger than usual. The gap in the middle that has laces across it.
She also looked exactly the same in her Pink Ranger outfit.
Yes, she totally did.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where just.
This is because they didn't really do anything.
They didn't do anything to physically manifest.
We're supposed to just understand.
I'll put it this way: they didn't do anything to visually manifest that fear, unlike all the rest of the fears.
That's true.
So the combination.
It's supposed to be an informed thing that we're supposed to understand that her clothes are too tight.
Yeah.
But the amount of change is not something that was big enough for us to see, just big enough for her to notice by her clothes being tight.
But,
but
those are the reasons
corset,
that
you don't have to gain very much for that corset to get tight.
Oh, I'm sure. But like I said, but those are the reasons that I consider it silly, because it was played for laughs.
What I consider silly about it is the fact
was not related to battle,
and there was no resolve it.
So there are 4 different reasons it was silly. 1, it was played for laughs. 2, it was not visually represented like all the others. 3, it had no impact in battle like any of the others. And 4, they felt no need to resolve it.
Because I would have imagined it would have had some impact for her if she actually felt, especially since, like, in normal life, if you gain weight over several days or weeks.
Right.
And so you adapt.
Yeah.
But if it happened, like, real suddenly, like Veruca, Violet Beauregard style, I would expect that to throw off your coordination in battle.
Yeah.
And so I would have expected that when they're, dry spell, it works on the feet. Hey, Asuna, dry you off too. Do you feel better now? Can you fight better now?
And she wasn't even really fighting all that different either.
No, and that's what I was saying. I would have expected it to have had more impact on her
They just were using it as
I feel clumsy now because, I'm
they kept using it as a verbal gag, but it was never anything beyond a verbal gag, which was a little odd compared to the other things.
I think it's also interesting that
her part of it felt a little lazy.
I also found it interesting.
It wasn't like it was a big hang-up or anything. I think we're probably overanalyzing that one element.
Yes. So I also found it interesting that some people got to have specific fears, and then the rest of them all got to just be scared that they were going to lose their friends.
Yeah. Ko had no fear, though, as far as we could tell.
No, he said, it's great, we were all afraid we were going to lose our friends. So I think that was him confessing to also having been afraid for Melto.
Now, you see, I'm not convinced he was afraid. I'm convinced. I think that I think when he said we, he was referring to just as a group. But I don't believe that he was personally afraid that Melto was going to fail. I think he had too much faith in Melto to be afraid of that.
Fair enough.
That was my take on the scene. That Ko presented no actual fears, unlike everybody else.
Well, it certainly explain why he was smiling into the mirror of doom.
Yes.
But it didn't seem to affect anybody else afterwards either, so I wonder if the mirror was depowered by this situation.
I don't know what the whole deal was with it being a cursed mirror.
It never seemed to affect anyone that wasn't Tyrion either, so, like, what do you have to, like, gaze at the mirror for a while? Do you have to say Bloody Mary 13 times? Like, what do you have to do to get the mirror?
It didn't affect anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
It was
Is
just
this sort of an activation that you need to turn this mirror on? Because it doesn't seem to be actually doing what's proposed to do.
I imagine maybe it's another sort of Shinto thing where objects have spirits, but this one was not. Again, it was one that was not really conveyed in any other way. Like, they've attributed personalities to a rock and a box, and I guess they can do that to a mirror too. But we're not even talking about the personalities. We're talking about the fact that the mirror supposedly shows you
your greatest fear, or your death, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it didn't do that to anyone.
That's why I'm saying I think it may be something like that, where it's a cultural thing, where we're just not getting it. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know what the deal was.
Nobody got freaked out looking in that mirror.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know if...
Nobody.
Yeah, like I said, it might be like the lonely box or the sad rock. It might just be like it's a cursed mirror that shows you things you don't want to see, even though it doesn't. Just like the rock does not convey emotions.
No, but the rock can still have emotions without necessarily having to convey them, and clearly this mirror had emotions too, because apparently the mirror feels nobody's afraid of it anymore.
Yeah, or something. I don't get...
I get that is because the Minosaur grew when Tyrion yelled at the mirror that no one was afraid of it anymore.
Or something. I'm not entirely clear what the mirror's personal, emotional damage was supposed to be.
I believe its emotional damage was supposed to be that it was once a fearsome mirror that people feared, and then it got forgotten in a back room for so long, and nobody even remembers that it's a cursed mirror.
Maybe. I'm not sure. It was unclear, because they...
It was pretty clear based on Tyrion's dialogue.
That seemed to be what the dialogue was, and then it's also like, wait, but why is he referring to it as a cursed mirror? What does it actually... What's its history? Wait, what? So I didn't know if maybe its curse was part of its... was sort of a Shinto thing where it had... that's part of its identity? I don't know. It was weird, and I don't know how to interpret that whole curse of the mirror thing.
I think you're overthinking it. I think it's literally a mirror that has a curse that causes people to see...
But it never did that, though.
Yeah, but I think you're overthinking the cultural context to try and make sense out of Ryusoulger when Ryusoulger is just being nonsensical.
That's one of the problems, though. I can't tell if it's one of those things where it's just Ryusoulger being weird, or if it's just a weird part of Japan. This is one of those things where I can't actually tell which it is in this particular situation.
My bet's on Ryusoulger this time.
Yeah, you think so?
I was able to pretty easily recognize the whole situation with the rock as not being actually weird in cultural context. I don't think my cultural radar is that far off. I could be wrong. If I am, someone show me in the comments. Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah.
I'd love to be educated. Otherwise, being educated on these things is, how I learned about rocks wearing little paper braids being actually important. And trees wear those little braids too sometimes. Yeah. Little paper braids. Those are very important. But in this case, I don't think that that's some Shinto thing you haven't heard of.
I'm not sure either way. It's one of those things where it was weird enough, but everybody treated it as normal enough that I don't know what the situation was.
I think it was an informed trait of the mirror that the show neglected to actually come through with.
I suppose. I think I was also just thrown off by the, hey, we'll show it smiling faces now. It's like, wait. What is the show trying to convey? Was the mirror sad that people weren't scared of it anymore? And wanted people to be scared of it?
I think Ko is just being Ko, and he's being bananas and going, let's cheer up the mirror by smiling at it, and he's probably just rubbing it in and the mirror feels worse now.
I don't know. That's the thing.
But the mirror is not a Minosaur anymore, so making the mirror feel worse doesn't matter because it's an inanimate object and it doesn't have any effect on the real world.
Whenever we dig into...
feelings of inanimate objects?
Well, whenever we dig into the why of anything in Ryusoulger, it just makes it so much more confusing.
Yes.
Even for an episode that was perfectly fine otherwise. It's like the moment that you really start to dig into, wait, why was this? It all starts to be like, I don't...
comes tumbling down.
Yeah. Now I am curious to see where things are going with finally getting some backstory with regards to Master Black, because that's been hanging out there like the whole series.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to finally get that resolved. And Bomba was in blue jeans.
Bomba doesn't wear blue jeans now. Why did Bomba wear blue jeans then?
Because he couldn't afford leather pants.
Like he was more integrated with the outside world then than he is now, and he's been in the outside world longer.
I'm going to assume this was when he was younger and couldn't afford leather pants.
Is he wearing leather pants now?
I believe that's what he wears.
I know they're black. I just couldn't remember.
I think they're leather pants. I could be mistaken.
I'll tell you, I don't pay so much attention that I would notice that. They're just black. His pants are black.
I mean, it seems like there's a lot of, they're wearing he's got the leather vest.
In this case,
I thought
he was laying on the ground, so it was very apparent that he was wearing blue jeans.
Yeah.
And his master appeared to be wearing a blazer.
Well, he seemed to be wearing the same sort of jacket that Master Red was wearing.
Did he? Okay.
I think so.
Maybe it was just harder to tell because it was black.
It was black, and also it was a little.
It's from the backside.
It was from the backside.
It was a little. Shoulders just made it seem a little bit more modern.
It was a little bit of a hazy flashback too.
But I could have read that wrong.
But yeah, so
maybe
hopefully soon
Master Black was more interested in integrating with the non-Ryusoul tribe culture, and that's why Bomba was wearing blue jeans then, and went more Ryusoul-y after he got betrayed by their boss.
I'm also going to go with her probably reading too much into the blue jeans.
Fair enough.
I'm reading, I think, I probably am reading too much.
And I'm reading too much into the blue jeans.
Probably a little bit. And we were both reading too much into Asuna's weight gain thing. Ui? The Elder, Odo.
Yeah, I was going to say
he had disappeared for way long.
Pretty recently.
Odo
was in the Christmas episode.
That's true. Well, he had disappeared forever before he reappeared for that one episode.
And then he reappeared, and he stuck around for a couple episodes.
Well, it was 2 episodes
he
came back for.
It was like, oh, hey, you came back, and you're gone again.
Yeah. He was gone for 25 episodes, and then was back for 2, and then was gone. Because it was a 2-parter thing.
Ooey, ooey, ooh, where are you?
I don't know. What I don't know. So we'll see where things go with Master Aris and Master Black, and hopefully we'll get some more info as we are approaching the end game of this series over the course of the next 2 months. We got about 2 months left in this show.
And this will be the second time that we've watched a whole Sentai, and it's being adapted, because Samurai we stopped halfway through.
Yes. We watched Go Busters on our own, and
Busters.
That's now being adapted, and now it's looking like Ryusoulger will be adapted as well, so that'll be cool to see. I'm really interested to see what they end up doing with this show. And I
really hope they do like they did so far with Beast Morphers, where the fact that we've already seen Go Busters doesn't mean that we're full of spoilers, because that first half of Samurai that we watched basically spoiled.
I really hope that
Samurai,
the writing for whatever adaptation of Ryusoulger we get, assuming that's what we're getting, I hope the writing is stronger than this has been. Because this
that's not a very high bar.
I still want it cleared.
Beast Morphers is clearing it on the regular, so I have faith.
Yeah, this has been it has okay episodes. This was an okay episode, but as a whole, Ryusoulger has probably been the weakest Sentai that we've seen.
Weakest Sentai ever.
That we've seen.
Yeah.
And I've seen more than you have, and I'm of that opinion.
That reminds me, you need to show me more of the trains. I like the trains.
You gotta get back to those trains.
They make me clap and bounce.
I know. So, I think now is a good time for us to wrap up.
Yes.
Because we've gone on about for an episode that we at first didn't seem to have that much to say about. We ended up going on about it for a while.
Ugh, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night.
We need to get to bed. So there we go. So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
We take 2 weeks off, but I can't remember the tagline.
We still haven't seen episode 9.